Now this gonna be the hardest thing we've ever had to do. For a second, I think it's you being funny, boo. But the more I look, I can tell that this ain't a joke to you. I'm looking around for cameras, is this a prank for a couple views? But no, you ain't like that, you ain't about the clout. You type that if there's a problem, let's get it figured out. And while that's cool and shit, I start to realize quick, oh holy shit, you mean to tell me we expecting a kid? See, in my mind I'm tripping and going crazy, but then I stare at you and remember that you my lady. So now I play it sweet and I try to get you to face me. Baby, listen, I know that you worried, but we gon' have this baby. I say it with my chest, I play the comforter, but under the surface, baby, I'm nervous. I'm still on my learner's permit, barely a wage I'm earning, scared of the page I'm turning. Never a perfect person, I know I'm completely worthless, but
we've been working on this project, the Nomadic, for about 2 to 3 years now. And obviously a big chunk of that we spent in lockdown. And we tried doing the whole Zoom thing where we could, but it just didn't match the vibe of being in the same spot and working together. So that's why I felt that we needed to come out to the holiday house and camp out. And what I wanted to do was just get as many creative minds in, all the homies out, and just, you know, set up as much of the foundation for the album as we could so that we knew how to finish it up when we went our separate ways.
What's the sheep to a goat, goat to a shepherd? What's the point of trying to fly with a couple feathers? Or play the game if you're never making new levels? What's the diamond to a heart of gold, true treasures? What's the truth of politics, just wanna keep a sense? How you wanna stay alive and make it in the heaven? Take a grain of salt with a tablespoon of peppers. This is how the dogs cry when the truth is hidden. What's the sheep to a goat, goat to a shepherd? What's the point of trying to fly with a couple feathers? Play the game if you're never making new levels? What's the diamond to a heart of gold, true treasures? What's the truth of politics, just wanna keep a sense? How you wanna stay alive?
Oh, you gotta hear this shit.
This is how the dogs cry. What's the sheep to a goat, goat to a shepherd? What's the point of trying to fly with a couple feathers? Play the game if you're never making new levels? What's the diamond to a heart of gold, true treasures? What's the truth of politics, just wanna keep a sense? How you wanna stay alive and make it in the heaven? Take a grain of salt with a tablespoon of peppers. This is how the dogs cry when the truth is hidden.
We got a guest today. His name is Nomad. Nomad, how are you doing today?
Yeah, man, I'm good.
In terms of this actual album specifically, what are you going to be exploring in this album?
Since I started dreaming about like what the Nomad career was going to be, had this idea that I want my first album to be called the Nomadic.
Yep.
I imagined that if I was going to do a big body of work like that I wanted it to be my sharpest storytelling and my sharpest pen. We finally got to a point where I think we had about 3 or 4 songs that we felt were cohesive. When I say we, I'm talking about me and Iconic, of course.
Yeah.
He's produced, I want to say, about 70% of the album.
Yeah.
And he mixed and mastered basically everything. I just wanted to shout out Ayo Trey. Trey is also a master of one of the songs. I was fortunate enough that he could help us in the clutch. Hids also helped out with some of the tracks for the mixing and mastering as well as production. Max Van Soest.
He's
from the All Corners project. Dewan is we got Takeoff on the album. I'll just put that out there since it's already out. Astro, he's returned for a couple more tracks. Spell, of course. Spell's back on the album too.
The king.
It's crazy to even say all those names, man, because they're all so talented beat makers, producers. I was very fortunate enough to collab with Grace Funny Lau. We were fortunate enough to bring her into the studio and have a collab session with myself and Pete. Identity is a big thing in this album.
Yeah.
I'm unpacking a lot of stuff on this album, personally. Whether it's one track or the whole album, that people leave here with something that maybe they didn't know about before, or maybe something that they've been trying to unpack themselves, and hopefully this helps them do it.
I'm really excited for this. It's exactly what people need, especially coming out of lockdown as well. Thanks again for coming, bro. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Don't go anywhere, but we're going to end on a banger.
One day I can show you how I did it for you. Alright. And how I had to go and get it for you.
Nevertheless, I'm gonna change.
It needs anything until like after the war for you.
Yeah, G. Peak. It doesn't need.
Oh, so
anything
up
until,
it. Yeah. Oh, wherever you
wherever
you feel it needs something.
Okay. Can I just listen to it?
Yeah, do that.
You want that old thing back, yeah.
Like on that, is he really into me? Can we like get some layers of it that's like pitched or formed?
What is the biggest thing you said to me? Is you really into me?
What? Like on that, just that one.
Into me?
Is you really into me? Girl, that was always kind of meant to be. Always equal, never treated each differently. So tell me why you want that old thing back. You want that old thing back.
Check it.
The reason I picked this spot was because every time we come out here, you know, people are always saying that there's just something about the air up here, you know. It's just, there's something about the atmosphere that truly brings out your best creative self and allows you to create in a spot that's comfortable. So, and I just felt like the best thing that we could do was just take all of our equipment over to the holiday house, set up, and just have a jam and try and jam away at the rest of this project. And that's exactly what we did.
Social anxiety had me tight with a few crew, but that was just the work of the news that I had to chew through. Ain't number two, but I'm the shit, I'm the doo-doo. This shit might hurt some feelings, get bandage for the boo-boo. And they do not control me, no, not even with the voodoo. Confidence of a veteran, but I can spit the new-new. And if a rapper really tryna beef, bitch, moo-moo. Y'all dancing around the issues, ballerinas with the tutus. Shit, even as a youngin' rockin' denim with the FUBU, I knew that I was destined for this shit, Am I still the one that came from the dirt?
Yes, sir.
Waited through all the pain and the hurt?
Yes, sir.
Been aligned with a maid since birth?
Yes, sir.
Kept it 101st day on this earth?
Yes, sir.
Am I still the one that came from the dirt?
Yes, sir.
Waited through all that pain and the hurt?
Yes, sir.
Been aligned with a maid since birth?
Yes, sir.
Kept it 101st day on this earth?
Yes, sir.
Yo!
Thank you for that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
When Hits gets back, he needs to, we need him to talk on to.
Right here we pull up. Right here we show out. From the east to the west side, the north side, even when we down south. Right here we pull up. You know how it goes down. Right here, you know we already been. Put the city on our back now. It's time to put the city on the map. Look, it was a clear black night, clear white moon. Brenda had a baby, I was baby number 2. Out in Box Hill, just a baby in the womb. But now it's west side till they lay me in the tomb.
One thing I've learned through making this album is that some things are clear from the start, while other things will become clear when the time is right. Peter's been working with me since the beginning, and most of this isn't possible without him. And on the flip side, a massive chunk of this album doesn't get made if me and Hids don't have our lockdown sessions. I look around that room and see my brothers. I see my old souls. There's not a word of advice from these boys that isn't valuable to me.
I'm a bandit. I'm left.
I don't know what you were on to make that song, but that was that was hard, man. That was hard. Literally, as soon as that came on the headphones, I mean, you saw me. My neck almost snapped, man. That was fantastic. That track, along with the whole album, The Nomadic, is dropping on November the 26th. So please pre-save that now. Can you give your handles again?
Yep, Nomad_TMRC, basically everywhere. Facebook, Nomad.TMRC.
Yeah. You heard it there. Please stay tuned. This is Music and More with James and Noah on 96.5 Inner FM.
And while we're definitely missing some other key players in this shot, if you have a look at that track list, you'll find a whole lot of names of some really talented individuals. Real geniuses who I've had the chance to be in the same room as, influencing me, inspiring me, passing on their knowledge. In all honesty, I can't do what I do without you guys. I take my highs, I take my lows, and I put that into my music. And so when this album comes out, I know that it doesn't just belong to me anymore. This is our album. This is your album. And it feels like we're finally here. It's time.
Bird City, what's up? Bird City, what's up? Bird City, what's city on our back. Now it's time to put the city on the map. You see what's up?
Much love to y'all.